Testing 1, testing 2. Greetings, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Speedrunners Arena, your host for the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament, and welcome to an extremely exciting match. We have the defending Grand Champion, Ponk. They were the Grand Champion from last season, last year in SMRAT1, and we're very excited to have them back this year as well. And they're going to be facing FenixDown23, our number 17 seed in this rat bracket. And on the bottom, we have Ddraig, who was tied for a 13th finish in last year's tournament, and MumuDD, who is our 24th overall seed. You guys may have recognized the Ddraig MumuDD match. It was a match that ended in a double forfeit the last time they played. It was actually Ddraig taking the first match, and then the second match they played directly after that ended in a double forfeit. So we are redoing that second match. And so Ddraig has an opportunity here to take that series and move onward. And Ponk and Fenix are doing their very first match in round 2. Ponk having that first round bye. Fenix defeated Nevdi in round 1 to face Ponk, and Zeb defeated Real Pyro in round 1. We're moving on to round 2, and we'll face the winner of the Ddraig MumuDD series. And funny enough, the winner of the Zeb match and Ddraig MumuDD will move on to face the winner of the Ponk FenixDown series. So there's a lot to consider in this particular match here. So we are almost ready to go. My name is JChalk. I will be your commentator today, and Ghost Wizard 87 will be your tracker. You can see the trackers next to the individual screens to kind of keep track of what our players or participants will be picking up over the course of this seed. It's going to be a really exciting one. I'm looking forward to it. We have 4 very high class runners for you here today, and we're going to see a lot of really good SMRAT running for you. And then on the other side, we'll also be doing the restreaming, and that's about it for the broadcast team. So don't forget to get yourself some food and enjoy this upcoming match here between Ponkdus versus Fenix and Ddraig versus Mumu. Ddraig having that 1 game lead over Mumu. All right, so looks like we're about 2 minutes away from getting this kicked off. And I'm just checking in the SRL channel here to make sure I answer any questions that may come along. Who do you think is going to take this one overall out of the 4 runners? You guys have any early predictions? My thoughts are definitely Ponk has the upper hand in a lot of ways, but Ddraig on the other hand does know the logic quite well, and is also a very good runner. So it could be a close one between Ponk and Ddraig there, but we'll see what happens there. But Ponk, of course, is the defending Grand Champion, and we'll kind of see what happens here. So hope you guys are excited. We're very close. About another minute here, we're gonna be kicking everything off. All right, 15 seconds, and I'm going to drop the gate, and we're going to get this kicked off. All right, I have removed myself from the race. Good luck, have funs from Ddraig, Ponk, Fenix, and Mumu. Looks like Fenix uses Moonfall. I know that Ponk uses Moonfall. I believe Mumu, I think everyone of our runners today use Moonfall, so that'll be interesting to watch as they go through the seed here. The very first item is going to be Morph Ball, unlike last season where you had that 25% chance of Morph, Ice, Space Jump, or High Jump. So that's been removed. It's only morph balls. So the next item in the ceiling, that's going to be really interesting to kind of see where the seed might progress us. But here we are. We are off. Um, Starting at the ship here, gonna go left. Ooh, got a palette swap on Phoenix's side. I'm loving the dark coloring of the suit and the ship there. So we're gonna make our way through the parlor and head down into the climb and make our way down to the morph ball. We'll kind of see Ponk do that very nice moonfall in the parlor here. Typically, runners will, if they're first-time moonfallers, they'll elect to do just the moonfall here in the climb, as you can see here. Ponk doing the full use of that moonfall. So Mumu, the only runner to have a pitless. The other three runners, surprisingly, unable to get across the pitless, but that's okay. Mumu definitely taking a slight lead here over Ponk, just very, very slight. And there's our morph ball. So now we get to see what's in the ceiling. Now the ceiling item is very, very interesting because it's out of logic, but it could really be anything. But we're going to see the awakening missiles here. Typically, I like to find power bombs so we can... Oh, Mumu is actually going to check this item first. Thankfully, it's just an E-tank, because if that was... Ooh, spring ball. Very nice. If that was a power bomb, Mumu would have to go through extra door transitions just to come back here to check. Oh, but there's a power bomb. Very nice. So now we're going to be able to check, out of logic, but we're going to check the Billy Mays location. That location requires either space jump or gravity suit. So we're going to head up there first and kind of see what we get. Ooh, Phoenix having a little bit of an issue getting the damage boost. Going to reset the room here. And gets it that time. Very nice. Ponk, meanwhile, lays the power bomb and is going to head up. And we have a really close race right now between Mumu and Ponk. Mumu managing to stick with it as we get a missile pack here. First missile pack. And we get another missile pack. So a vanilla Billy Mays. Meanwhile, Phoenix heading up as well. Ddraig getting their 2 missile packs. So we got some sinkage on the missile packs. Phoenix having to reset the room. That's the time difference there. Fate. Or excuse me. I read Fate in chat and said Fate. I meant Phoenix. Phoenix now moving in to get their missiles. And Ponk, Mumu, and Ddraig are going to be moving up the climb, first checking the construction zone to the left of Morph Ball. So we're going to get our first look at that item. Where's Mumu off to? Mumu now realizing, oh no, now realizing that they forgot the 230 missile location, heading back. Ooh, grapple beam. Okay, so that is now, Wreck Ship is in logic. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see what our runners elect to do. So Mumu using that spring ball to their advantage there, popping themselves up over the blocks. Very nice. And now Ponk will be the first to head up the climb here. First going to check down below the brain. And it's a super missile. All right, so we have our in-logic supers. And really everything that we've discovered so far outside of the missile tanks are in logic, but really those supers are what we really want to pay attention to. All right, Ddraig making their way down to the super pack, and Mumu as well. Phoenix also close behind. This is going to be an incredible finish. I predict to be very close, all 4 runners potentially in touring at the same time at different points. Ponk gonna be moving up. Without that extra power bomb, we're gonna go to bomb Chorizo here and then head over to the ship and refill. And to answer a question in chat, all 4 runners are running the same exact seed. However, we have 2 separate matchups. We have the Ponkdus versus FenixDown, that's at the top, and we have Ddraig versus Mumu down at the bottom. And this match down at the bottom is actually a match 2. We previously had a match 2 between these two runners, but it ended in a double forfeit, thus causing another redo of this match 2. So the winner, if Ddraig does win this one, he will be moving on to the next round. And Ponk and FenixDown, this is their first match of round 2. And we find our in-logic missile pack here at Bomb Chorizo. And looks like Ponk is going to take that refill. FenixDown's picking up that missile pack. Moomoo's making their way up the climb, going to be picking up that missile pack as well. So to kind of describe what happened, Moomoo died pretty far in without saving. Ultimately, they forfeited. And then Ddraig died at Mother Brain, and they hadn't saved the entire game, so they forfeited as well. So it was just a timing issue where neither runner had the time to complete a match. So full redo on this match here. All right. So E-Tank at the 230 missile location. So this is actually really nice. We have 2 tanks. That's going to make us have a little bit more safety to the side hoppers down in Pink Brinstar. Those are very dangerous, especially the ones when you're moving into Mission Impossible missiles. Those, you know, if you get hit by the spike and then by a side hopper at 99 energy, you are DED dead. FenixDown going to be heading down and picking up that E-Tank as well. Moomoo most likely will also be making the same decision. Now, mind you, the reason why Moomoo is so far, not really far behind, but the time difference between Moomoo and the rest of the runners is Moomoo skipped the Awakening missiles and then did not return until after a couple door transitions because they realized that they forgot it. It looks like Moomoo is actually going to skip 230 missiles here. Now, this is actually something that runners elect to do sometimes. They'll do a reverse meme route sweep. Ooh, Ice Beam at the back of Gauntlet. That's actually really nice. Really nice. So yeah, some runners elect to skip that 230 location and then get it on their way through a reverse meme route. So that's probably and it's actually probably what our runners are going to end up doing anyway, because of where that Ice Beam location is. If of course we find maybe Speed Booster to get through the first blocks, or another Power Bomb pack, or a Screw Attack, or something like that, or maybe even bombs. All right, Ponk is moving down into Green Brinstar. We're going to have our first in-logic check, and then the next 4 checks are going to be out of logic back here in this location. So this under the bridge right here, that super pack, that is in logic. Everything else that Ponk checks is going to be out of logic. So that's something that we have to keep in mind. So for example, if we were to find Gravity Suit, that would mean Speed Booster, which is the item logically required for this location. That would mean Speed Booster cannot be found within Meridia. Or if we found Varia, that means we can't find Speed Booster in any heated room. So that's something really important to think about. But it's just ammo. So actually, this seed has been pretty generous with ammo, but not a lot of major items. So Ghost Wizards not having to do a lot of work here, just tracking that spring ball that they picked up early on. I'm curious what major item will run into it first. Oh, there's that second power bomb. So that's going to be very useful for Pink Brinstar. Typically, in full rando, those power bombs are liquid gold, and not just because they're yellow, but your power bomb management going through Pink Brinstar can actually make or break an entire race, because you could be stuck farming power bombs with a 2% drop rate. That is never fun, especially when other runners might know the strategies to get through Pink Brinstar with just 5 power bombs. But with 10 power bombs, that mitigates the whole issue of paying attention. But we're gonna get 3 logical checks down here. We got 1 at the basement. Ooh, Plasma Beam, very nice. Or rather, 2 at the basement. Plasma Beam in the super location. Very, very nice. And just another missile. Looks like probably every runner is going to be skipping that, because we're already at a pretty healthy number of missiles. We got 25 for Ponk, and for Phoenix, and for Moomoo. Ddraig likes to play it even tighter with the missile pickups. It's typically a strategy that Ddraig likes to go for. But Ddraig is doing a really good job sticking here with Ponk. Moving up the Edacoons. Gonna be checking this item here. It's an E-Tank. And Phoenix meanwhile, did Phoenix skip? It looks like Phoenix skipped the basement. Now, honestly, that could be an interesting gamble if they want to mitigate the sheer mechanical movement difference between the two runners. So it could be interesting. I kind of like the play. Unfortunately, they're going to be without plasma, which plasma can be very versatile in a lot of areas. You know, if you want to make an early lower Norfair, if you want to make an early lower Norfair check, you can use the plasma beam to kind of move through some enemies. It's also, you know, just a really high-powered beam in general. But overall, I think, you know, not having that plasma beam, you know, we can keep an eye on it, but I think it's a really interesting play. I actually kind of like it because we all know, you know, Ponk is the reigning grand champion of SMRAT. So Phoenix is probably thinking, what kind of stuff can I do to make up the most time here? And, you know, Edikuns takes, you know, a good chunk of time to check. So we'll kind of see if that plays out in their favor. So Ddraig, meanwhile, picking up that super pack, and we're going to get some pink Brinstar clears all around here as Ponk's moving into the super missile location, and it's a vanilla super, and we get another powerbomb pack here. Now, here's an interesting thing. Ooh, gravity suit. That's a double gravity suit pickup there for Phoenix and Ddraig. That's really nice because that's in logic. So that certainly puts Wreck Ship. And Wreck Ship was already in logic with that grapple find, but that's going to be the suit that puts the most in logic because now we have basically all of Meridia outside of the speed locked locations and Shack Tool in logic. But yeah, that gravity suit find is always kind of a hard one to kind of cope with because you don't know, do you want to like fall victim to the Meridia clear, or do you just want to like go up to Wreck Ship and clear that out, or do you want to go to Wreck Ship, kill Fantoon, and then dip out and go into Meridia? There's so many different ways you can handle it. But this is, you know, we're 12 minutes in and our runners are very, very close to each other. It's been a pretty close match so far. Just runners doing Pink Brinstar in different ways, different directions. Looks like Punk's going to pick up that 15th powerbomb. I see Ddraig also picked it up. I'm assuming the rest of our runners will also pick it up. We know certainly Ponk will pick it up for a variety of reasons. One, Ponk actually last year finished multiple seeds suitless lower Norfair. So do not think for 1 second that Ponk will not dip into lower Norfair and kill Ridley with very low loadout. Ooh, and especially with a screw attack find, that's gonna make the option for Ponk that much more plausible. But Ponk did on various occasions finish doing suitless lower Norfair in SMRAT seeds, so we could have quite the show today. Phoenix attempting to do the Wavegate glitch, and unfortunately not having the best of time, but it's okay. We'll wish them the best of luck. They got 18 more attempts here. And Ddraig's going to be picking up that screw attack. Moo, meanwhile, is moving down to pick up the gravity suit. And we're going to get a x-ray check here from Ponk. And we can kind of see what we got here. So far, we've made a lot of we've had a lot of logical checks. Of course, that wave gate's out of logic. The only other out of logic checks that we've done were the Billy Mays, but that is now in logic with the gravity find. So right now, the only thing out of logic that we have checked is the back of the reserve in Green Brinstar and the Wavegate. And just as I mentioned, Moo doing the reverse meme route here to pick up that grapple beam location. It's actually something that I have started doing a little bit depending on the situation. I like to use that power bomb for 230 missiles on my way up and then check that and then I could skip a refill and head right on through down. Just depends on the situation. Meanwhile, Ddraig is moving back through the X-ray. Ponk's going to be checking our first look at Spazer here. And just a missile pack. They're going to say nope to that. Ponk is actually getting very close to lower Norfair ammo. Just maybe another powerbomb pack, and that's basically the ammo they run with RBO. Could use, you know, a couple more E-tanks to make that decision, but definitely something that we've seen Ponk do before. Phoenix also making that X-ray check. Mumu also making the X-ray check. And Ddraig still keeping it pretty close with Ponk here. We're going to get a Kraid. It's going to be our first boss fight of the game. From Ponk here, going to fight Kraid. We're going to get our first look here at the Kraid missiles. The warehouse missiles. And it's a super pack. And something really important to note is that all of what Ponk is doing is actually out of logic. But no worries there. It's obviously the right decision. Definitely want to take out your bosses, and you wouldn't want to come back here. Ponk going to be moving in. They don't have charge, so they're going to have to do the missile setup, which is completely okay for Ponk. We're probably going to be looking at 2 missiles and 3 supers here. Meanwhile, Ddraig is also going to be picking up their super pack here. Mumu making their way down Red Tower. Phoenix at Spazer, so it's really close. Ooh, yeah. Mumu is going to take a quick refill here. Doesn't want to risk taking any deaths. And just like that, Ponk takes out Kraid. Picks up a super pack. It's going to put them at 50 supers. Oh, this is interesting. Now, all of our runners went down. Mumu, on the other hand, Mumu is heading up. Now, this is going to be very interesting because this might push our other 3 runners into a Meridia play, or potentially would push them up through Meridia to Red ship. But if Mumu finds Varia up here, that's going to put Mumu in a very good position. Ooh, Ddraig missing the Quaid quick kill. The Kraid quick kill. Unfortunately, gonna have to go dancing here. All right, so Mumu is gonna be making 3 checks here: 2 at alpha power bombs and 1 at beta power bombs. Here's the first check. Here is Phoenix is making their way into. That's another super pack. This seed is giving a lot of supers, which, in my experience, typically says Charge Beam is behind Ridley. So we'll hang on to that prediction for when we fight Ridley here. All right, so we have 1 out of 2 runners completing Kraid quick kill. So let's see how Phoenix does. Oof. Right on the hand. Unsuccessful. That's okay, though. Gonna go to prom. And Ponk looks like they at least are gonna go in and start... What was that at, the missile or the E-tank location at Kraid? Charge the crab supers. Okay. Darn. That's pretty good, though. So that's going to be really nice. Charge and plasma, at least for Ponk and Mumu and Ddraig. Phoenix, meanwhile, unfortunately, skipping that Edakun check, is not going to have the plasma beam, and probably will not have the plasma beam for the rest of this match. Okay. So, Ponk going to be picking up that charge beam. Mumu is going to continue onward into Red ship. Now, of course, both of these plays that are both of these plays are in logic, and they're both good plays. Mumu going to wreck ship, which is completely in logic, and all three of our other runners going into Meridia, which is also in logic. So we'll see which play works out for them. Gonna get the mermaid missiles here, the missiles under the ocean, E-tank there for Mumu. Phoenix also is gonna head down. Looks like, okay, so Ponk doing that initial Meridia checks. Looks like they're also going to be heading into Red Tower, clearing that out, and then heading up into Wreck Ship. I like that play. So at least now we have half and half. Ponk doing the Wreck Ship play, but at least checking the initial checks for Meridia. Meanwhile, Mumu's just heading right into Wreck Ship. And Ddraig's going to be moving up, going to find their charge beam. Sees the super pack and sees the charge beam. Probably going to go pay a visit to Mama Turtle as well. The difference here is, at least for Phoenix, that charge beam is pretty, or excuse me, that plasma beam could be pretty significant. The more we, if we happen to find X-ray, that'll give us microwave capabilities. Now, this could be really interesting to see what Phoenix does here, because Phoenix could elect to continue on into Meridia and check the sand pits. If Various suit happened to be in one of the sand pits, that would be a master play by Phoenix, but it's a very difficult play to make. But we could see Phoenix make such a play if they want, if he wants to potentially have an opportunity to win this match. Ponk going to be moving up. Do remember that the ice beam is at Gauntlet, so we'll see which runner pick that up first. I am really interested to see where Varia is, because it could honestly be anywhere that's not heated, of course. And of course, that includes Bubble Mountain missiles. If we find speed, then Varia could be there as well. So let's kind of see who's making the right choice here, because we have our two runners could probably make the same plays that Ponk and Mumu are making, those initial Meridia checks and then heading up into Wreck Ship. Looks like that's what Ddraig's going to do. So if Phoenix elects to continue, now these aren't, of course, this is a really good play. This is a really good play Ponk and Phoenix and Ddraig are doing, but Ponk, Ddraig, and Mumu. But if Phoenix elects to continue onward and runs into Varia suit while the other runners are clearing out Wreck Ship, that could be huge for Phoenix. So let's see what Phoenix elects to do here. Very interested. All right, gonna go check it. Right side supers, just a super pack. Ponk, meanwhile, moving into their Fantoon fight. Ddraig is gonna be moving into the Criteria Wreck Ship area as well. And we're gonna check it left side supers. All right, so Phoenix, what is Phoenix going to do here? Oh, Phoenix is going to the right here. This could mean a play into Meridia. Phoenix, let's go. Okay. I love it. I'm a huge fan of this play. Wait, Varia was found? Oh, snap. I didn't see that. Okay, that's okay. In the context of the match, it's a great play. Because, the obvious choice, the usual choice, is to go up to Wreck Ship at that point, right? You don't have a means to pass into Botswoon, and it's a really, it's a long process. Fenix knows this, and so is going to. Oh, if Ponk would have checked left side first, Fenix knows this and is going to do the less likely option to maybe have an edge over Ponk. Because just to remind you guys, Ponk is the defending grand champion, so you kind of need to make these plays to have a chance. So I respect Fenix's decision here. Unfortunately, Various Suit was found in the left super location in Wreck Ship. Mumu making the correct decision here to skip. Mumu will probably most likely pick up Ice on their way to Torian. That makes the most sense. You don't really need Ice in any other case. So there's Various Suit there for Ponk. So if we could get those tracked there for Mumu and Ponk. Meanwhile, Ddraig is probably going to run into Various Suit very soon as well. Fenix gonna continue. Oof. Yeah, see, now this had the potential to be an amazing play for Fenix here. Ponk and Fenix both, I believe all of our runners except Ddraig know how to do the Crystal Flash clip. I don't know if Ddraig can do that quite yet, but I know Fenix and Ponk can, and I'm sure Mumu as well. Ooh, Ddraig enrages Fantoon here. Looks like Ponk is gonna go pick up that Ice Beam. Personally, I would skip Ice, just because I know how to Crystal Flash clip, and it wouldn't be that much of a time loss, and I can get it on my way through to Torian. But of course, if someone's not comfortable with their Crystal Flash clipping, this is obviously a really good play too. So I don't. Either way, if depending on how good you are at your Crystal Flash clipping, this is a good play either way. But with that being said, Ddraig gonna check the right side super. Ice is gonna help him for a variety of reasons. One, it's gonna save a lot of time in Torian for both killing the Metroids and for ice clipping. But with this, Ponk is able to just now complete the game, which is nice. Mumu making the check here, gonna find the super pack. Yeah, I've been practicing my Crystal Flash clipping without I don't even think it's humanly possible to Crystal Flash with Spring Ball. Actually, unless you change your button layouts in some way. So I think it's only like tasks unless you make your button layouts in such a way that it's possible. But Crystal Flashing without bombs is something that I've been practicing. So I would personally definitely skip ice and then get it on my way down to Torian. But of course, for anyone who can't Crystal Flash, that's the obvious right choice. Pick up Ice now, so you don't have to. You used to change your layout to Crystal Flash with Spring Ball. That's awesome. Okay, so Mumu electing to pick up that super pack there. Gonna put them at 65. Ponk gonna be heading down into Lower Norfair, which is where Mumu's heading. And Ddraig is going to pick up the Ice Beam in the back of Gauntlet. Fenix, meanwhile, realizing, oof, there was nothing there, which is really unfortunate for me. I'm going to have to go up into Wreck Ship now. They might elect to... yeah, that's where they're going now as well. But Mumu actually, surprisingly, you know, that play to skip out on those initial Meridia checks has put them in the lead. So Ponk making those first few Meridia checks. Nope, everyone has Rit G access because we have Spring Ball. And every one of these runners will know how to Spring Ball jump. So that's what you're going to see Mumu and Ponk do, for example. Fenix, once they pick up their very suit and head down. Ddraig is going to also know how to do Spring Ball jump as well. So, but our entrance into Lower Norfair here, we're going to see a gravity jump. But anyways, kind of what I was saying is Mumu skipped the initial Meridia checks, which leaves them without Charge Beam, but they have plenty of supers. The one thing that's going to make that, oh, this might, right here, Mumu's saving tells me they're going to check Screw Attack. So that's going to put Ponk right back into the lead. Because Ponk does not need to check anything else. Fenix is going to be heading up. And Wreck Ship, unfortunately, is going to be lagging quite significantly behind the other runners. Again, it wasn't a bad play, what Fenix did. It's slow. It's a gamble. But if it would have paid off, you'd have the other three runners searching through the rest of Wreck Ship while Fenix is heading down into Lower Norfair. So it's just the luck of the draw. I really liked Fenix's decision to do Meridia, but it's just one of those things where you could never know. So unfortunately, it didn't work out for Fenix, but it could have. And it could have been very, very beneficial. Okay. Wait, did Mumu... oh, Mumu not checking Screw Attack. I'm curious why that might be. But here comes Ponk, coming through real quick. Going to be giving their attempts. And Ponk gets it. Very nice. Taking the lead from Mumu here. So something I noticed Mumu was doing, and for all of you people out there who want to learn the Spring Ball jump, do not mid-air morph and then pause. Pause and then mid-air morph. Your timing on the Spring Ball jump is going to be so much tighter if you mid-air morph and then pause, and oh my gosh, Mumu finds speed. What a spot for speed. Wow, okay, so that could very well be the oh, okay, I thought Mumu was gonna fall there. That could be the deciding factor. You know, it doesn't matter, at least for Ponk, you know, because it's a separate race, but that's a really huge find for Mumu, and Ddraig most likely will not find that either. And also, if we could get Varia suit tracked for Ddraig, that would be awesome. But that was a really good speed find there for Mumu. So here's the thing. Ddraig has ice and charge. Mumu has speed. That might just mitigate each other. I think it's still in the favor of Ddraig, because that ice and charge beam is going to be so significant when we get down into Torian. Perfect. All right, Fenix. All right, so we have 3 runners in Lower Norfair. Ponk already at Ridley. Just going to be 30 supers here. Very nice. Mumu taking out the pirates here. Phoenix heading into wreck ship. Ddraig gonna set themselves up for the spring ball jump. Meanwhile, Mumu moving into... Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, did Ddraig not find screw attack? Because they're freezing the dudes there. All right, Ponk making their way out. Just has Ddraig on left. Meanwhile, Mumu's trying to do... Do they not... Do they forget that they had grapple beam? Oh, no, they do. Okay. Oof, fell. There's Mumu. Ddraig having quite an issue here, actually. Has spent a lot of time. Oh, you know what? I think Ddraig can't do the spring ball jump. Very interesting. I think that was confirmed by their... Ooh, okay. Ddraig also going to check for speed. Very nice. So now add speed plus charge ice to the mix. Of course, Mumu knows where ice is, so they'll probably get that as well. As Ponk making their way out of Lower North Fair. We'll be heading into Meridia. Mumu heading into the wasteland area. Phoenix is going to be finding Varia about the time that our runners are, or at least Ponk is going to be leaving or entering Meridia. Here's a Fantoon fight for Phoenix. Mumu heading into the Fire Flea room. Ddraig is going to be heading down Wasteland into the Pirate room. And Phoenix is donezo with Fantoon. And just to remind everyone, there is a match 2 between Ponk and Phoenix directly after this one. If Mumu wins this one, they don't have a match 3 scheduled, but I think it would be fair that we could ask them to see if they wanted to just do another match. It's a possibility. If Mumu, of course, comes out on top, it's looking very likely. Mumu has quite the lead, and there's nothing stopping Mumu from heading up when they go to Meridia to find that charge beam, which would mitigate a lot of their missile pickups. And Phoenix finds the Varia suit. And Ddraig takes out Gravity was at Charge Beam. And speed was at Mickey Mouse. Varia was at left side supers. Phoenix made a good play, unfortunately the wrong play, but a good play, to continue on through Meridia, clearing all of Meridia to look for Varia, while all other runners went directly to wreck ship, finding Varia at left side supers. Yeah, so Phoenix is unaware of at least the plasma location, so definitely doesn't want to face Mother Brain with just Charge Beam. All right, Ddraig is heading out of Wasteland here, going to be heading into the escape as well. Mumu, meanwhile, is heading into the Meridia, going to be heading into Aqueduct and up into Coliseum, which is where Ponk is currently. Utilizing that speed booster, which our top two runners will probably not have. Well, Ponk certainly won't have it. Phoenix may or may not have it. Most likely not. Yeah, Charge Ice is 200 shots alone. That's a lot of shots. All right, Phoenix gonna be heading down. Mumu in the Mumu actually not checking Crab Supers, so it's going to be without Charge Beam. Or did they pick it up? Did I miss it, or did they actually skip that? This could get really interesting if Mumu doesn't find Charge. It's not going to make that big of a difference, but it could just be more interesting. Doesn't look like he has it, though. Alright, Ddraig coming in through Beach Rum Speedway. Gonna be heading up to Meridia. Meanwhile, Phoenix is gonna be heading down to Lower Norfair at a significant disadvantage, unfortunately, finding that Varia suit so late. Ponk, meanwhile, gonna be heading down the sand pits here and is going to head into Torian. Is definitely on sub 1 pace. Could even see about a 54, 55-ish. Very good pace for such a seed. Ice Beam, I believe Mumu knows where Ice Beam is. Ice Beam is at the back of Gauntlet, so we could potentially see Mumu get that on their way down. And Mumu can definitely speed skip. In their last race, they actually got speed dub skip first try. So Mumu could definitely save some time there. Phoenix actually finds Space Jump, checking the rest of Bubble Mountain here. Very interesting. Mumu takes out Ddraig. Ddraig going into the Bot twin fight. Ponk making their way through the criteria location, going to be going past the ship. Might have liked to take a quick refill. Yep. Phoenix is going to check the rest of Bubble Mountain here. They could potentially find high jump boots. Spazer beam. Gonna get a high five here from Ddraig and Moo. There it is. And Moo heading out. Ddraig going to be heading into his Dragon fight as Phoenix is electing to now move from Wave Beam down into Lower Norfair. And Ponk is the first to enter the G4 room as of now. Yes. Now in the Torian. Phoenix in the lava dive room. Ddraig about ready to fight Dragon. Beautiful Metroid 1 room by Ponk. Very nice. Ddraig takes out Dragon, and they will also be making their way to Torian. Moo also making their way to Torian. This is going to be a pretty close finish. Moo ends up picking up Charge, and will most likely pick up Ice as well, which will kind of narrow the gap between Moo and Ddraig. Looks like Draig's gonna go for a gravity jump here. Ponk damaging themselves down, does not have the necessary items. A baby skip here. Just gonna get grabbed. Phoenix in the amphitheater. Gonna be heading into their Ridley fight. I believe this is Ponk's only second SMRAT seed since last season. Last year, April of last year. I know they did a practice seed yesterday. And they've learned of some new logical stuff. Ooh, Crystal Flash clip. Very nice. Or clip. Crystal Flash before heading over into Mother Brain. Very nice. And Moo going to be making that ice grab here. That's going to... This is going to make it very, very close. You have a couple, three door transitions plus waiting for the power bombs. Oh, we do have screw attack, so that mitigates a lot of that. And we do have the, falling through the blocks and picking up the item. This is going to make it really, really close. Oh, boy. If Ddraig can have some pretty good movement through here, the nerves might be getting to him, making a lot of bonks. Very uncharacteristic of Ddraig for sure. Ponk gets rid of Mother Brain 1. Going to be heading into Mother Brain 2 here. There's the Ice Beam pickup. And we'll be making their way down into Torian as well as Phoenix is going to be taking on Ridley. We'll see about how much of a lead Moo has on Ddraig here when Moo enters the elevator. Moo enters the elevator at a 50.04. So if we can keep that in the back of our minds to see about how far Moo is ahead of Ddraig, that'd be great. And it's also really cool. We have the same loadout on either side. Almost the same amount of minor items. So this is just going to come down to pure movement at this point. Moo definitely in a good position here. But a lot can happen. Grabbed by a Metroid. Having to use power bombs. You know, lots of things can happen. So we'll just kind of watch as this unfolds. Ooh, Ddraig actually going to skip. This could be interesting. It's going to give Moo more ammo for Mother Brain. So it looks like Ddraig is about a minute and 30 seconds behind Moo here. So we could potentially be looking at an escape done. Did Ddraig just remove ice? Did I see that correctly? I was so confused for a second. Yeah, it looks like he menued incorrectly. Okay, that makes sense. All right, Ponk. Gonna be heading into the escape. Meanwhile, Moo, oof, getting caught by the, I don't even know what you'd call those. Yeah, Ddraig's not gonna have a lot of ammo. Doesn't have the best of beams, but definitely gonna be much different than what Moo has here. Oh, this is so close, but it's definitely in Moo's favor. Ponk heading into the third escape room here, fourth rather. Utilizing that screw attack. I was excited to see some strat I didn't know about. Ooh, hold on a second. Okay, Moo makes it through. Because this could have been a flashback to my race versus Bagel Thief. And shout outs to Stratlog for this wonderful commentary clip. Stratlog said, J-Chalk would have to have something absolutely catastrophic happen for him to lose this race right now. And I failed Ice Zeb Skip 3 times in a row. And I lost the race. That was last year. That was pretty great. But it was a super close race just like this, and I was, you know, a lot of nerves, and I failed Ice Clip like way too many times, and Bagel Thief took the W from me. But you can see this difference in ammo is gonna make a difference. I said difference twice, but it works. In Ponk, of course, saving animals always, no matter what. Gonna be about a 54-40 finish. Roughly, maybe a little bit quicker. I'm not good at math. And with an official SRL time, 54 minutes, 29 seconds. Ponk has finished in first place, taking match 1 of the FenixDown Ponk series. Congratulations, Ponk. Give him a little helmet there. And now we have double Mother Brain action down at the bottom here. .54 is a good time. I believe it's one of the faster times in the tournament so far. We've had quite a few trolley seeds in this tournament thus far. Don't forget to stay up to date with the current brackets. You can find them there. Don't forget to follow our runners. And Ddraig going to be using that Charge Ice Plasma. Ooh, takes a catch-up. Oh my gosh. Gets a new haircut. Oh, no, okay, Ddraig, please. I think Ddraig accidentally reset his timer. That was super Monka-esque. Meanwhile, Phoenix is still making their way to Ddraig here. And Mumu is going to be moving into escape. This is pretty tight. Mumu definitely, barring any incredible, I don't want to pull a strat log here, but barring anything, like maybe Mumu will save the animals and Ddraig won't. I know Ddraig doesn't save animals, but maybe that might not even be enough. But you never know. It's not over till it's over. All right, so let's get a look-see where high jump boots were. High jump boots were the missile outside wreck ship. Oof. What a terrible spot. That's because you would have had to have, you would either have to wait for the platforms, or you would have had to already have been to space jump at speed missiles or speed booster in lower Norfair. So like, and we don't know where bombs, I didn't check where bombs were, so overall that item location for high, oh, so Mumu is saving the animals. Fortunately, not gonna be enough to mitigate this, but Ddraig is gonna see a dot done while they are in the escape, which is never fun. I've had that happen way too many times. And there is, you know, it's definitely a heartbreaker. Phoenix mentioning that nerves got the best of them and they need to relax. It's kind of hard, for sure. You know, you're racing the defending grand champion, and with the official SRL time of 58 minutes and 33 seconds, Mumu Diddy has finished in race 4-way second place, but series first place against Ddraig, pushing this to a match 3. So let's hope that they are up for a match 3. That would be pretty dope. And Phoenix is gonna be taking out Ddraig here. Ooh, Ddraig just said in chat, do you want to get race 3 done if they can fit this in now? What do you think, guys? Do you think we could fit them in? I don't know. Pog champ. Moo, you have to accept, boy. Let's do it. Everything's already set up. We're ready to boogie. All right, Moo is officially good with race 3. Poggers in chat, baby. It's actually technically the 4th race between these. Yeah, this is single-handedly making it easier for everyone because 1, I don't have to reset up everything for a 2-way, and we don't have to worry about this restream down the way. But this is actually technically race 4 between Moo and Ddraig because of the double forfeit. Oof! Hold on a second. I don't want to spoil anything yet. Something's happening. And with that, Phoenix has officially forfeited from the race, and we are going to immediately set up for match 2 between Ponk and Phoenix, and match 3*4 between Ddraig and Moo. The winner of that match will be moving on to face Zeb. And so we're going to bring the restream down, and we're going to bring her right back up. And then probably about 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to give our runners a break, and we're going to kick this off for the next race. So I will see you guys in a little bit. In the meantime, you can follow the runners, and you can follow the broadcast team, and you can also check out the schedule here if you want to look for other matches. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.